interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're having ourselves a pretty good day around Radio Center, where we've got some sun. Terry Henne here, along with Jonathan Dent, on the day before Thanksgiving. I don't know, what kind of dessert are you going to have tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I'm going over to my aunt and uncle's house, so I don't know what we'll have.
I mean, I didn't ask you about the meat because it's pretty obvious.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be turkey or maybe chicken or maybe ham, a little bit of beef thrown in. I've had Thanksgivings in the past.
We'll have scrapple, like what what Art was talking about earlier.
But desserts are something else. I mean, I always have my dessert first.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's brave of you.
Well,
you got to get it in.
You know, you eat too much of everything else and then you can't have dessert.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, so get the dessert. And we're going to have some nice weather to do some traveling as well. Beautiful weather yesterday, a little bit warmer today. Again, not nearly the winds that we saw at the beginning of the week. So life is good. And hey, we might even just get a sprinkle or two on Thursday night. But right now, we're warming up. Where are we?
Well, right now out at the airport, mostly sunny skies and 39 degrees. Downtown Midlands at 41. And here at Radio Center, we're also at 39 degrees. South wind at 7 miles per hour with a wind chill of 34. So it's not nearly as bad as we were yesterday at this time.
No, not at all. High pressure over southern West Virginia. And it looks as though that high is going to try to pull a little bit warmer air up at us. A little bit more humidity, too. But that's okay. We did see foggy conditions in some areas overnight early this morning. But the wind was quite light out of the south and the southwest. We've got a low pressure system over South Dakota. That's what's going to generate whatever weather we get as we move through late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. But that whole system is very short-lived. It looks as though that's going to cruise through, and maybe we'll see some clouds around sunrise on Friday, but for the most part, very little, if any, precipitation at all. And then the next best chance of seeing any rain, and really better than what we will see on Thanksgiving night and early Friday morning, is going to be late Saturday night and during the day on Sunday. But all the way through this period, we're going to be looking at temperatures at or above normal. Normal is 43 in the afternoon and 29 at night. So pretty nice weather with sun, partly cloudy skies. Again, as we said, clouds will be moving in and thickening as we go through the day tomorrow. A frontal system with that low is going to be sliding through, but the front behind it, very little, if any, precipitation involved with it. So if there might be a sprinkle or a real light rain, maybe late Thursday night and early Friday morning. But the majority of the inclement weather is going to be along the Gulf Coast, and they are going to see some heavy downpours and some strong systems moving through from eastern Texas all the way in through Virginia and then up the East Coast. So that's the reason why Sunday we're going to see a little bit better chance of some precipitation here, because that system is going to go up the East Coast and we are on the far west side of it. So that's where we're going to be getting our moisture from. And eventually the temperatures are going to cool down just a little, but not much, because long range outlook to take us, well, let's say 48 for a high today, 50 for a high tomorrow, 44 for a high on Friday, and moving into Saturday, 48, 49 degrees, Sunday, a little bit cooler. That's, again, a function of the clouds and that system moving up the East Coast, because with the counterclockwise circulation, it's going to try to pull some cooler air down at us. But the majority of the cold air is going to be to the east of Michigan. So 42 for a high on Sunday, 42 for a high on Monday, 42 for a high on Tuesday. So at or above average. Record high in the state, incidentally, is 72. That was set back in 1931. Now, the interesting thing about 1931 for November the 23rd was that we not only broke a record high, but we set a record mild low So November the 23rd is for as far as Novembers are concerned, the 23rd is a record warm day. The average temperature, high and low, put them together, was 56 degrees. Well, I should say 62 degrees was the average as far as November the 23rd goes. And again, that was set back in 1931. A year ago today, 36 was our high, 19 was our low. No precipitation to talk about. Long range, are you ready for this? Through the 6th of December, above average on the temperatures. We'll kind of normal out a little bit until we get to December the 1st. Then we start to work our way back up. Precipitation patterns through the period, though, is going to be slightly above normal. Not real good chance, but slightly above average on the moisture. So that, in a nutshell, is what the weather's all about. Nice weather, travel weather for the next several days. And Michigan Farm Bureau annual meeting is going to be next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, Grand Rapids. Don't worry about the roads. For once, you can go to Grand Rapids and not worry about 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be walking around the hallways there at the Amway Grand, covering that event for us, too.
Absolutely.
So looking forward to all of that. That is a look at the weather. Cody Harris standing by, and I guess he'll be probably reiterating what Steve Anderson said. Trading is a little bit light today.
Well, take the day off a little bit.
Yeah.
Not quite totally off, but we're winding down for the holiday.
We need a break. But before we do all that, we want to remind everybody the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency wish each and every one of you a very happy Thanksgiving. They know that a lot of producers have had good reason to be happy with the growing season this year, and they're looking forward to serving you again as we approach the new year and into the new year. It's all about risk management, and they are the specialists when it comes to taking care of that business, especially when it comes to protecting yourself against the unfortunate things that could happen to you. They're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance, and you can get a hold of their agents directly on their cells for questions or emergencies. Or you can call the office in Reese, 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Well, Cody's standing by. He hasn't fallen asleep yet, has he, John?
I hope not. There's not a whole lot to talk about. They're getting ready for that big Black Friday fire sale. Is that right, Cody?
Well, I don't know if there's going to be a fire sale on Friday, but it might be more entertaining than here today. It's definitely a low-volume trading day ahead of tomorrow's Thanksgiving holiday, that's for sure.
So what's going on right now, Cody?
Well, like I said, it's pretty quiet here today. We got I'd say we got minimal movement across the board. Corn's actually found itself in the positive direction here today, so I guess I'm going to take that and kind of run with it as some of the good news here today. Looking at it as it sits right now, we got cash wheat, that's down $7.50 on the white, $7 even on the red. New crop 23 wheat, that's down 2 as well, $8.01 on the white, $7.51 on the red. Look over at cash corn, that's up 2 here this morning at $6.04. And the new crop 23 corn, I'm going to call it up 1 here this morning at $5.51. And then look over at soybeans. Cash soybeans right now are down 3 at $13.52. And new crop 23 soybeans are down 2 at $13.09.
So just a regular day of trading today. And then Friday, what are we looking at?
Yeah, we have a regular trading session today, but there is no night session here tonight. Like I said, we're closed tomorrow. And then Friday, you got kind of a weird day, half day. as far as trading is concerned. We got a 9:30 open our time, so it close at 1 o'clock our time as well. So that's kind of a weird half-day trading on Friday. So, but we do have some markets open, and if any news kind of pops out across the board, that'll probably be the time to watch it for.
Yeah, and right now, judging from other Thanksgiving holidays, we really haven't had any major news breaks to generate fireworks on the Friday after Thanksgiving, have we?
No, that's correct. It's just kind of a pretty quiet day. With it being the last day, last Friday of the month, maybe you might get some movement, some money movement around in the markets that might affect it. But like I said, overall, really not a lot of news that usually happens that day. But this year's kind of a little different. I know, like you guys mentioned, right now we got kind of a continuing worry about a rail strike, so that might kind of influence some trading maybe on Friday. In addition to that, traders are watching for the Federal Reserve minutes here later today, which could signal some interest rate moves. So that might maybe influence some market that usually doesn't on the Friday after Thanksgiving. But everyone's going to keep a close eye on that as we move forward.
All righty. Cody, happy Thanksgiving to you and the family and everybody over at Star of the West. And I got to ask you, what's your favorite dessert?
Ooh, I'm going to have to go with, I'm a big pumpkin pie guy.
All
Can't really go wrong with that.
Yeah, can't go wrong with pumpkin pie. Maybe a little pecan thrown in. Maybe.
Exactly. I don't discriminate when it comes to pie. I like them all.
And that little bit of ice cream doesn't hurt either, does it?
No, not at all. I can tell you that.
Cody, take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yes, you as well. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
You bet. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Over to Oppenheimer we go with Doug Klein. I think Doug is probably going to give us the same story as far as activity is concerned.
Probably the same story as far as dessert is concerned, too.
We'll ask him.
We'll talk with Doug. First, our market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. Are you ready to upgrade to a new Ram truck for your family farm? Now is the time to order your new Ram 1500, 2500, or 3500. So you should see the folks at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, the Great Lakes Bay certified ag dealer. They specialize in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans. Ordering is the way to go. You can buy with confidence from Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth since 1852, where family and service sells cars. And by Thumb Bank. They've been serving agriculture for over 125 years with 2 locations in Bay City, also Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, Bad Axe, and Marlette. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And we say a happy Thanksgiving Eve to Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Doug, good morning.
Good morning. Well, it's the wild child today is again energy. Crude oil down $3. Something to do with the Saudis. They did their little play and they run the crude oil up about $6 or $7 on the trade only. It wasn't news. It was just the trade pouring billions of dollars underneath it, trying to light a fire. They did, but that fire's gone out, so it's heading back down again. They got gasoline down about 12 cents today. Kind of sort of puts us right around, I would say about 310 again. Maybe in Texas, like I say, but that's where it should be around here too. The dollar's down a bit today, so that's given a little bit of energy to the precious metal sector. John Deere hit a new all-time forever high today, something around $448 a share. Their sales were up some, I think it was 39% year over year. Of course, when you raise prices 38%, I guess that's just if you sell the same amount of equipment just at a higher price, you get a gold star on your shoulder for making so much money.
No, I wonder if they were able to deliver all that equipment that they sold.
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but anyway, like I said, the guy at the top gets a gold star. Whatever, way above my pay grade. So I just watch in amazement every day.
Yep.
But anyway, here's your numbers. December corn 6.59, up 2 1/4. The September of 23 corn 6.18 1/4, also up 2 1/4. The March soybeans 14.33 3/4, down 2 3/4. November of 23 soybeans 13.73 1/4, down 3 cents. December wheat 7.88 1/4, down 3 1/4, and the July of 23 wheat 8.19 3/4, down 2 3/4. Crude oil is 77.72, down 3 1/4 a barrel. The heating oil is $331.67, down a nickel. Gasoline is $243.15, down 11 cents. Natural gas $7.82 3/4. That's up 42 1/4 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys 134 at the border. That's up 24 ticks. The dollar buys 139.58 yen. That's down 166 ticks. The euro's at 103.63. That's up 61 ticks. The dollar's at 106.36, down 86 ticks. Gold's at $17.43.40, up $3.40. Silver's $21.33, up 28 cents. Platinum snoozing at $9.95.30. That's down 40 cents. Copper there is $3.61. That's up a penny and a half.
All right. And your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving?
You know, that's above my pay grade, so nobody tells me anything until I sit down and then they tell me.
Oh, and then you eat it.
Yeah, right. He doesn't care anyway. He's like, put it in front of Dougie. He'll eat
All of
anything.
the above. That's what it is. Yeah.
Right.
Well, you enjoy, Doug. We'll talk to you again on Friday.
Will do.
All righty.
Okay.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. You got an old tractor and you need to make it run or you want it to look pretty? No problem. Steiner can help. New parts for old tractors. That's what it's all about. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. And by the folks at Ed Raymond & Sons Quality Clothing and Shoes since 1919. Carhartts, Red Wing Shoes and Boots, Stormy Cromer Accessories, and more. All available to you at 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. Ed Raymond's. Along with me right now, we have Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Well, before we get to the business at hand, what's your favorite dessert, Jerry?
The kind they put in front of me.
You and Doug Klein in the same boat. That's the way it works.
You know, it's all good, and you don't get a physique like this by being picky.
Hey, there you go. I agree. Me included on that one. Jonathan, that's a whole different story. That guy could probably eat 50 pounds of cake and he wouldn't even put a pound on. I don't know.
Oh, man. You're pushing it.
Yeah. Hey, with this weather turning around a little bit, Jerry, what should we be looking at right now?
Well, Terry, I'd like to turn our discussion to Christmas trees. So when you're going out and getting a Christmas tree, it's a real common thing to do the weekend after Thanksgiving. So you want to remember the word fresh. So number one, make sure it's a fresh tree. So if you cut it, of course it's a fresh tree. But then if you buy it on a lot and you drag your hand across it and all the needles fall off, or quite a few, probably not a fresh tree. So probably not where you want to be. So a fresh tree and then a fresh cut. Even if they cut it and you cut it today and go to put it in a stand tomorrow, I'd suggest making another fresh cut. You probably got a couple hours before that thing should be in water to keep that cut fresh. And then, of course, fresh water. Lots of it. Keep water there. The needles will stay on, be less of a fire hazard, and you're going to be happier with your tree. So just remember fresh.
All right. Jerry, happy Thanksgiving to you, the family, and everybody at Bay Landscaping. All righty?
And to all listeners and the people at WSGW, happy Thanksgiving.
You bet. Take care, Jerry. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Scott Dumas with Nutrient Ag on the line with me right now. We've been talking desserts for Thanksgiving here all morning long, Scott. I realize that you're on a diet.
Yeah. Seafood and eat it.
Seafood and eat it. But, just in case you get that urge, what are you a little partial to?
Well, I'm partial to pumpkin pie.
All right. There's two so far, Jonathan.
I'm partial to pumpkin pie as well, to be honest.
What I don't like is somebody that pushes a squash pie in on the deal. And
false advertising. That's what that is.
It looks like pumpkin. It doesn't taste like pumpkin, but you put a little vanilla ice cream on it, and then it's I can handle that. I can handle it. So you got, I'm sure, a lot of really good plans for the Thanksgiving holiday, and I think a lot of our producers do too. Because wouldn't you say, all in all, Scott, it's been a pretty good year?
Yeah, I think it's been a good year. I mean, now that we're here with harvest getting wrapped up and able to look back at how the season progressed, thinking back, we started maybe just a hair late, we were thinking at the time, but
but ended up things went all right. We were a little dry in some areas, but it was a good year.
And when you take a look back at Thanksgiving last year, I don't really think we have to worry about some of the things that we were worried about then as we move into 2023, are we?
No, I don't think so. I think some uncertainties have been answered, and things are still a good, bright outlook. So I think we're in a lot better position than we were a year ago.
Is there some things that our producers should be aware of right now that can get on the land?
I'd say still, if you have soil testing to do, now fall is a great time to get soil testing done and get any lime, gypsum, any type of soil amendments put on. And there's still fall fertilizer going on as well. It's a good time to apply that as well.
Very good. Scott, to you and your family and everybody at Nutrient Ag, happy Thanksgiving to you. All right.
Thank you. You as well, Terry.
Thank you. Scott Dumas with Nutrient Ag. We're going to take a break and we'll be back.
At Beta Seed, we deliver the nation's premier sugar beet seed every spring and superior performance every fall. But neither represent our most important delivery. That honor is reserved for a delivery that knows no season. Confidence. Confidence delivered by a team of breeding professionals identifying the best traits tailored to your market. It's the industry's leading feedback loop that's led by your Beta Seed rep. From grower to rep to breeder and back again. Only Beta Seed can deliver all that. Beta Seed, breeding confidence.
It's time to make sure your crops have access to nitrogen when and where they need it. Let Envita, a nitrogen-fixing biological, be the game changer in your operation and take your ROI to the next level. Backed with proven results, with average 8-bushel yield advantage in corn, Envita fills the nitrogen gap and puts more money in your pocket. As the one source for your seed and biological needs, contact Legend Seeds today at 800-678-3346 or visit legendseeds.net to put Legend to work on your acres.
Well, we've turned back the clock a little bit, Chuck Cervinsky, over at Maple Hill, where we were talking winter. Now we're talking fall.
Yeah, we're back in fall mode. And, hey, if you didn't get around to fertilizing the lawn for the last time, there's still time to do it. Applying fertilizer this time of the year when the lawn's dormant is going to provide those nutrients that it needs to build up that root system and leave you with a healthier lawn in the spring. As far as what to use, why not try something a little different this fall? How about Safe Green Lawn from Morgan Composting? It's a Safe Green Lawn's an organic granulated fertilizer that's powered by Dairy Dew, and it's fortified with a solid biology without the use of phosphorus or harmful chemicals, so it's a little different than most fertilizers, and it works with new or existing lawns, and the big thing is it's safe to use around kids, pets, and lakes.
And you've got inventory available, what, in 25-pound bags?
Yep, it comes in 25-pound bags, and it can be applied at a rate of about 8 to 10 pounds per 1,000 square foot, and we've got it available right now.
Fantastic. Chuck, you, the family, everybody have a very happy Thanksgiving, okay?
You as well.
And your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie with a little whipped cream on it.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have it. Chuck, you take care. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again on Friday.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Chuck Cervinsky with Maple Hill Nursery. We'll be right back.
How do you make the most of your land? Well, it depends who you ask. If you ask the Wrens or the Caggianos, who run with us on John Deere mowers, they'd tell you.
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
Get as much done in advance as possible.
I jump out of the house, a cup of coffee, and I'm at work.
But the Upshaws, the Hubbards, and the Allens who work behind the wheel of John Deere compact tractors would say,
something that's worth doing isn't always easy.
If it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
And most of all,
I'll make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
Then there's the Nelsons and the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their Gator UTVs.
It's important to just take it one day at a time.
You can't be all working up, right?
The most fun we have on the Gator is just ripping around the property.
It's a way of life. There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's 11 locations in Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Rochester Hills, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Well, the Thanksgiving meal, everybody's getting ready. And of course, Jonathan, the comments we're getting, boy, it is really expensive out there this year.
Absolutely. I'm seeing numbers upwards of 20% increases on many of the staples. And I think that scarcity is another thing that people are kind of looking at as they're doing preparation.
Yeah. And a lot of folks are preparing. It is definitely a fun holiday to be involved with. Of course, Christmas is around the corner, but we'll talk about that some other time. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.